And welcome everyone to the LBank Show, episode 6. With us today, we have Czhang Lin from the labs. Hi, Chan. Can you hear us good?
Yeah, I hear you. I hear you well.
Perfect. Chan, we are very honored to have you here as a guest at LBank Show, as a IC board member of LBank Labs. Hopefully, we will educate some users on their questions that they post up on our Twitter. By the way, the Twitter post was very viral, and we had like over 100,000 people looked at it
Oh
and like
wow,
it. Yeah, so you are popular on there.
wow. Thanks. That's a good number.
Perfect. Actually, this show will be made up of three parts. We will have the free chat, we will have AMA, and the ending, of course. So the
Okay.
first part gonna be what has been on your mind recently. Can you tell us, John?
Yeah, like recently for last 3 4 weeks, there's so many meme projects out there. It's just the market is wild, and there's actually a signal that usually we have to be aware of. One of the last signal before market turns around to other directions. So, not a financial advice, but watch out for the risks for the to the listeners. However, yeah, there are tons of crazy story about meme coins before just happened right now. They will also come again in the future. So. Don't worry if you didn't make your best shot this time. There will be more coming next round again. So they will always come back.
I totally agree with you. I mean, next bear market and somewhere in between, always happening. Meme coins are coming around, and like last time, right?
Yeah, they will come and they will go. It's always, and just keep your
We
strength, keep watching.
so if some users miss out trading on LBank, because we always list those star projects and we always have them first. So if they miss it, they can stick around and wait for the next bear market, huh?
Yeah, really. I mean, recently, honestly speaking, a lot of my friends from international, different institutions, different funds, other KOLs has even messaged me in private about how surprised they were seeing all this project being listed in LBank first. Like that's actually quite impressive. Like, yeah, really impressive to the exchange team.
Yeah, we always find those gems, pardon me, and present them to our users. So that's something we are looking forward to. And also, what has been on your mind recently with Albank Labs? There's so many things happening right now at Labs.
Yeah, there is actually. I'm for last actually half a year almost, or like a couple of months. There's just so many projects being presented to the IC to the IC that stands short for investment committee. There's just a lot of projects being represented here to the meetings, and it's really interesting to see how the labs team has been able to grasp so many projects from all over the world and digest them, filter them, and come up with pretty decent numbers of proposals. However, the investment committee has been rather still very strict in terms of the projects to be invested. And at the same time, besides direct investments that were presented during the investment committee, there were the other part of the team that is in charge of funds, investing into funds, basically fund of fund, has been very active too for the last 6 months, and send out a lot of great funds to be invested into. And I hope those funds will create really good network for us.
Wonderful. So we can say that Albank Labs was building behind bear market, right?
Oh, absolutely. Like without even a second thought. It's 100%. The more bear market it is actually the better time to invest. Because it is a time when the evaluations are fair, reasonable, and the teams that shows their persistence in bear market are probably the ones you want to be investing into, not the ones that's in bull market they raise tons of money and just disappear. Right, those are not good signs, and those that are in bear market, still raising, still working, still building, the market actually filters out for us. The
That
ones
show
we
how you
want.
guys are great and building in the bear market, and only the good projects and things sustain in the bear market.
Yeah, totally. I mean, the ones that went through can go through the bear market when a bull market comes. Usually they come really fast. Uh, yeah, there will be the one that enjoys it, right? Because when the market comes bullish, it's usually just too late already. So just the way how our industry works.
Yeah, true. I mean, now are the prices Black Friday. I mean, everything is we can say cheap. I mean, buy investments and everything. So basically, I need to ask about what innovation solution is LBank Labs currently developing to address the challenges and opportunity in this blockchain industry, which is itself crazy. So, what kind innovations are labs building?
All right. And so rather just frame it innovation, we uh, we we have discussed with the investment team, with the research team, we meaning as the investment committee. I strongly propose to do something different. I have been showing this a lot in various of panels, uh, interviews that the team has come up with a new slogan called the other angle. And why is it called the other angle? Is it because, well, for last 6 years in crypto investment that I've been participating with, I'm so used to discuss and position the project into a typical tech stack layer, meaning that's just layer zero, layer one, layer two, middleware, and within the middleware you got the upper middle and lower middleware, and then you got dApps. While we invest into a lot of funds, the funds often position themselves. I just want to focus on middleware. I just want to focus on layer two. I just want to focus on DAO, DeFi, and Metaverse, GameFi, whatever. And all these verticals, the way how these funds position themselves, or perhaps the perception of the stack view, it is correct. It is absolutely correct. We still use it. I still understand perfectly how that functions. However, what I felt is that we can't use the same perception forever for next 20 years. I mean, crypto is moving so fast. The whole evolution, the whole adoption is super fast within our space that you just can't ask a kid that is 18 years old to wear Pampers. And that's what most of the funds are doing. That's what most of people are doing because the most of people still use the same investment thesis that were used back in 2016, 17, or 18 or 19. But it's 2023. There were so many. There were two major bull market, bear market, small bulls in between, and you just can't use the same perception all the time. So what we came up with was we call it the other angle. It's a slogan, and the perception is called PSE as our investment thesis. P as platform, S as standard, E stands for ecosystem. There's two ways how you can look into this statement. The first P platform is very much concentrated on user acquisition, user stickiness concept. How much user can you contain while building this? Whether it's to C or whether it's to B or whether it's to B to B to C or whether it's to B to C. Usually, we challenge the awareness of the founding team about within their product design, whether they can understand the difference between app and super app. Your super app provides so much greater stickiness to users acquisition, to user retention versus apps. This is a very mature concept within Web 2 already. So we really want to make sure that the founding, the team that we invest into, understand the difference and really builds a product that welcomes new users and can retain them. Because 80% or 90% of the user lives within bear and bull market. There's a difference, just like the prices are with altcoins. So with that being said, any project that right now can run well with the user acquisition retaining them during bear market will likely do 10 or more x better in a bull market. The question is how much can they retain them in 2.5 or 3 years? Because the one that can retain will just fly off. So this is what we really challenge the team as. The second, standard. I mean, standard may not be the most financial, highly return project, but it is good stuff to be supporting with because usually you will find out a lot of projects, consciously or not, create a market standard within a micro vertical. For example, within a layer one, EVM become almost a standard for layer ones, right? The VMs. And within the DeFi's, the 20 lines of code that Uniswap has created that defines the curve became the AMM curve became the standard everyone forked. So, likely or not, without patenting back then, they just become standard. So, with the second criteria we score the team or highly on is actually whether the project has the capability to become a standard. Because this is the power of influence. We want to be part of this team. And third is ecosystem. Ecosystem is to find, select micro verticals out there today that could become a very powerful, strong vertical tomorrow within the next 4 years or 5 or even 3 years. Example of such is NFT. When NFT came out back in 27, end of 2017, 19 crypto kitties that actually jammed the whole Ethereum. Yeah, we all knew about NFT. We all thought NFT was big, but never thought it's to be as big actually as today, at least from my perspective. Back then, that well, lack of imagination and learning from that, we just don't want to miss it again now. So we are starting deeply into a certain micro vertical today that could eventually become ecosystem in the future, and the top projects within those micro vertical will be big. And NFT market is so separated than today's market, crypto market, is that the KOLs often consider themselves as NFT KOLs. They wouldn't call themselves the crypto KOLs. And you can have bull market like we had right now with the crypto with the whole meme. But NFT is super bearish. Nothing moves. And then there was a time that NFT was so bullish while crypto was bearish. So the two market has grown in a way that the correlation between them is so separated. Therefore, it is a separate ecosystem, and that's kind of the thing we will also want to discover that has kind of this potential. So these were our recent investment thesis that were discussed with the team with research that was finalized end of last year was PSE. We thought we added the slogan and the other angle, even though I had to underline. We still believe the perception of stack view is okay, is correct. However, we also highly believe that if you continue looking at the same perception, you will always end up doing the same thing, and your value capture of the premium will it diminishes as time goes by using the same method. Therefore, to capture the best opportunities, you must adopt a new way to look at it. That's all. That's like something that we believe that is a bit more innovative in a way of selecting projects, scoring them or criteria, at the same time sharing these ideas to the founders and hoping to bring this kind of innovative thought as a thought leader vision to the industry. And I've been speaking with a lot of funds in the past months. Many funds that we invest into, many projects, and many of the influential people, they actually really like the idea that we are bringing forward with. The thing is innovative, and that's why I'm having it's like almost every 2 weeks, or sometimes even more, on panels or online calls to share about our concept to the crowd.
You have mentioned the team, and could you tell us more about LBank Labs research and development team? How are they working to advance the blockchain and cryptocurrency industry and NFTs and much
Yeah,
more?
I mean, we have recently also wrote a paper that how we believe the how pushing the industry forward, that the future mm, race is not just about tokens. And the NFT, they did a lot of research around the NFT. We believe this kind of three element, equity, token, and NFT, will actually intertwine together as a race strategy. This is what we have been actually advising a lot of projects that you should, of course, bear market, everyone do, most of people do equity. but in different stamp of the market status, there are just other ways you can raise. All right. I mean, maybe you should raise first token, or maybe you should raise first equity, or maybe you should first raise NFT, and it just rolls on differently in different sequence. So this is what we have been advising to a lot of portfolios or to project that we look into about to invest into. And that's one thing that we actually think that we will provide extra innovation from the research. And I also strongly suggest the research team to help some of the portfolio to do this kind of tokenomics or NFT-nomic design. However, well, it really is dependent on the capacity because each of these activities is very heavy loaded. The job.
You mentioned like maybe some project build first NFT, they build tokens and so on. For you, which one is the best for the team to build?
Well, I really believe that mm, in bear market as an investor, we usually want to invest first in equity with token and NFT warrant. Yeah, but as a project side, on the other hand, if I'll be placing myself on the other side of the table, I would rather actually start with NFT raise because NFT is much less liquid. It's much easier to learn how to live both building the product as well as managing the NFT economics with a smaller liquidity force. And at the same time, NFT is very often considered as a digital asset in most countries, which is rather clean to raise from because you are selling your asset. It's not a liability. It's just asset for an asset, a digital asset for cash or financial asset as a return, as an intermediate exchange. So I think NFT makes a perfect sense. And then down the line, really depending on the market, whether you're gonna go equity or tokens, and that that also really depend on the timeline and jurisdiction that you are in.
Thank you for that one. I mean, yeah, it depends on the time. Where is it bear? Is it if it's a bullish cycle in the cryptocurrency, it will be bearish in NFT maybe.
Yeah, yeah. So I mean, there are a few ways to do it, but I would rather suggest that like we have to adapt. The market has grown. There's new tools for new instrument for race. Just use them. Let's not just be very narrow-minded and just always do a token or NFT and NFT. Use both.
Thank you for that one, Juan. And what specific projects is LBank Labs currently working on, and how are they aim to benefit users in the
Oh
broader
yeah,
blockchain
I
ecosystem?
mean, there are a lot. We actually have out of the team. I believe if I'm remember correctly, the team has shown that they have reviewed over 600, almost 40 projects in Q1 alone. There were like almost 40 or 50 presented to the IC member that where I saw them, and they were very select. Or I mean, we have been very selective within the investment board on the project, and yeah, there were a couple of those that are decided to invest. However, at this very, very moment, I cannot say the name until the PR comes out officially. So please stay tuned with our Twitter, with our media, so you guys see them. But those projects are really a really cool evaluation that it really fits into the thesis we have mentioned: platform standard ecosystem. Those projects has really good user acquisition methodology, as well as providing stickiness to those projects to those users. It's really good ones. And at the same time, the team has reviewed almost 80 funds in the last half a year. There were like a bit more than a dozen represented, and like yeah, a couple of those are were selected. And also, before it comes official, please stay tuned. The news will come out.
Definitely, definitely. And um, Al Bangladesh mentioned that they are committed, and I'm quoting, building a more secure and user friendly blockchain world. Can you elaborate on how the company is working towards this goal?
Yeah, well, with the secure, we actually are really bullish on ZK. I mean, yeah, ZK. We believe there are a lot of good ZK projects out there that we actually are discussing to be investing into, and they have the possibility to become the standard for ZK. That really provides a really cool security for this space. Whereas user-friendly blockchain world, the user-friendly really comes from the user acquisition as well as stickiness. Because if the product is not well built, it's very hard to attract users to come on board and stay on them. So this is actually part of our criteria filtering. So we support those projects that does well by investing into them and then connecting them with our funds we invest into or our other post investment portfolios.
LBank Labs is also, I mean, very huge. I mean, you have a global presence and offices in multiple countries. How does the global perspective influence the company's approach to blockchain, NFTs, cryptocurrency, and such projects?
Yeah. Well, we have many offices. I mean, offices or people around globally. Just because I think that the lab team here is determined to be very international as well as uh, be able to penetrate to the local regions. And thanks to that strategy, the team was able to receive over 600 proposals in the last quarter. And yeah, I think just doing that and by oh yeah, by the way, not just as you say influence, they were like more a dozen, almost 20 hosted or co-hosted events globally under the lab logo with local partners. And I think that's also very impressive. At the same time, reviewing 600 plus projects and also make sure there are almost 20 events co-hosted or hosted on spot. That's pretty good.
I mean, 20, that is perfect. I mean, to be honest, and by the quarter is go, you just get bigger and bigger. Labs are
Yeah, I
getting
mean,
huge.
last time one of the team colleagues said here he actually within the last Hong Kong One Shot event, he participated or co-hosted and hosted 7 events, so it's almost every day. And he shared that by the end of it, there were just people looking for urban labs for investment directly, just because the exposure that was done, the influence that well, the positive influence that was brought out to the industry, people just came along, and I think that's really cool signal. And he was very happy about it, anyways.
But I need to ask. I mean, could we say that Albank Labs is a bit different? What sets Albank Labs apart from other blockchain and cryptocurrency companies? I mean,
I
how does the
mean,
company
other
plan to
funds.
continue? Huh?
I mean, other funds, right?
Pardon me, other funds yet.
Yeah, well, you see, an urban lab here that at least from what I know, right? There is from within knowledge of mine, I believe this entity was created in a very interesting way that is not part of the of urban exchange, like typically exchange funds are, such as Binance Lab or KuCoin or OK, etc. Because by being part of within part of it, it becomes very often strategic and a lot of operations are in between aligned or being forced to be aligned, even to be more direct, and that actually causes the incentive to be very different while speaking to the others. And then the other kind of like I would say company within other fund within this industry are simple just fund with no exchange support. Well, Urban Lab has this its position to be protocol agnostic as well as exchange agnostic. However, whenever it's needed, they always have this right arm that can really ask for support from LBank Exchange that is really acquiring a lot of good users and providing some of really innovative products. that can work with the portfolio. So I think the positioning of itself is quite unique compared to the others.
Thank you for that one, Chuan. And I need to ask, what are the key focus for LBank Labs in this year, and does that align with company overall mission and vision in for
Yeah,
2023?
yeah, it is. I mean, we set our vision very clearly, just what I stated in the beginning. PSE, platforms and the ecosystem. This is what we are targeting on. This is what we are approaching, and this is something we came up together as a team. And I also supported as a IC member, and yeah, we're just going hard on it. So yeah, I think we are very focused on this.
Definitely. I mean, you did mention before about your achievements in Q1. Well, I need to ask, hopefully you don't mind about that. What are some of notable achievements that or milestones that Albank Labs has accomplished so far?
Yeah, well, I believe LBank Lab, before I was asked to join as IC member, they did some very good investments in the past that I believe in before. And ever since I was invited to join as IC member end of last year, beginning of this year, I think we really did good job on investing in some of the project, and I'm really excited to announce them. Like those projects evaluation comparing to the MAUs, to the other competitors, it's just impressive. Like really good project that are building and a very fair valuation. And yeah, I think those are gonna be really good investment. But yeah, until then I can PR, I had to remain compliant with the agreement.
Of course. I mean, we saw how huge Albank Labs is getting and how popular you guys are on those events. So far in the beginning year, you have been on 3 or 4 major events. Am I right?
Oh yeah, man, wow. I was flying like crazy. I was invited to. Oh yeah, we were in Paris for Blockchain Week, in Hong Kong, Wanshan Group, in Consensus, in Korea, just tons of places as a panel speaker, and not mentioning the number of co-hosted events on the site.
And I must ask before we end, where can we see Albank Labs next?
Oh yeah, we're actually organizing a really good campaign right now. It's a boot camp with tons of global universities. We've actually already agreed with a bit more than a dozen top league, Ivy League, as well as the top European school to support their blockchain campaign, and we'll be selecting founders and teams from those schools for interesting bootcamp. The finalists out of this school target to have like 10 finalists will be invited to a particular location where they will all come in, they can mingle, they can social with each other, as well as we'll be inviting a lot of top tier mentors to share their founding experiences to the young startups. So this is something what we are doing. We have already signed tons of those, and we'll be announcing those in our Twitter very shortly with which schools.
Those are perfect news for our listeners and users.
Yeah, I mean,
I mean,
please apply. I mean, yeah, you never know.
of course, they need to stay tuned. They need to follow you on the social media. They should follow Labs on social media and see how many news are coming to Labs.
Agree. I mean, yes, just please do.
Definitely, definitely. This has been your host Muha with amazing guests, and I need to mention that we are very honored to have you here at the LBank Show. Czhang
My
Lin,
pleasure.
thank you so much for joining in.
Thank you, guys. Thank you, Muha.
No worries. And for all of the users, we'll be hosting more and more LBank Show here at our YouTube channel. And thank you all for asking those questions and making our Chanlin popular on the Twitter. So once again, thank you